This is too high tech. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so my project is a media center. We're working in Wall Street and Battery Park. This is the area of the site. We were, first we started to choose some qualities and analyze them in the site. So the quality that I chose was porosity and how the cultures and the infrastructure interacts with each other. For instance, how in this picture we can see how the infrastructure gets inside the public area, the subway. So there's kind of porosity. In this other picture, we can see how the public interacts with the private space because it's in a private building, a public place. And in this one we can see the porosity in the way the bridge connects to two different areas. And in this one there's a parking space, and inside the parking space there is a cultural building, so there's kind of porosity in the way the two different cultures interact in the same space. Then the other quality I chose was deception, which is kind of how to lie, not lie, but like the art of lying, camouflaging, or being chameleonic. So that means that you have something, and on the other hand it has another meaning. So like things that have double meaning. So I started to look at the plazas that are in the site, and then you realize that those plazas are made like that because if they get the plazas in the buildings, they can have a different, more height for the buildings. So it's like a double meaning thing. You get the plaza, a public space that is for everyone, but it's also private. Then the other thing about deception is that the buildings, you don't know anymore what's inside the buildings. I mean, it used to be the building, an office building. Now it's a housing building. It doesn't matter actually how it looks in the outside. So it's also kind of deceptive. Then the next.
How is this deceptive?
This one.
The one with the.
Yeah, it's deceptive in the way it's a public street, but it's restricted with some hidden security systems. How this ramp it's in the floor and then it activated, so it's kind of deceptive in the way.
But the sculptural one, how is it?
You know that there's plazas with sculptures, with public art in the site. So these plazas, they make them because if they make these plazas, they get high. They can build higher the building. So in a way, they make it for getting the building higher. But if you experience it, you believe that it's because they're making a public place, that it's for the benefit of the people, but it's for both benefits.
Does this photo convey that?
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So I think you need to change the photo
For a
to
building
show a
and
plaza.
Yeah.
You guys are supposed to be the jury. Come on.
The last quality is transgression, and I focus on how the space transgress another space, how one culture transgress another culture. So for instance, in this picture we can see a Duane Reade, but inside the Duane Reade we see an ATM. So that means that the spaces are no longer defined by the programs. A bank is inside a drugstore, and then a bridge, this tool, is inside the infrastructure building, and then here there's also a transgression in the way the buildings connect. Then we had to be, well, from the qualities, we had to put some points in the site and see the levels of the high quality, low. So this is a scatter plot. You can read that this is the degree from 0 to 10 in transgression, deception, degree from 0 to 10 in porosity and in transgression, and the size is the degree of softness. Well, that was a quality that I erased, so you don't
consist of 3 qualities.
Yeah. Then I did the topographic diagrams from the points that I showed you. These are not the last diagrams, these were just a try. You can see the intensity of the night deception here. Then you can see the intensity of the mid deception here. And you can see the intensity of the morning deception here. And I chose to put this quote here that says, when you next see someone using a mobile phone in the street, or in a country lane, or a bus, or a plane, go up to this person and ask, where are you going? And if the reply is, I'm going to my office, on no account say, but you are already in your office. So I'm relating this as the way the program is no longer defined by the space. The program is everywhere and it's blurred with housing, living, housing, office, everything. These are also the topographic diagram. Now these are in plan, so we can see the intensities here and how it moves through the day. Then I did the diagrams in surfaces, and I overlap them. So for instance, inside here I have the topographic surface of transgression, porosity, and what was the last one? Deception. And then I have them at morning, midday, and night, and I trace them where they overlap to find if there are intersections or interesting things happening there. Then these are all the intersections together in the site. So from there, I'm starting to look at where I want to intervene. Can you go to the next one? Then this is just the midday. So I see that here there's a really interesting thing going on with all of the qualities. So I'm starting to tetricize the site. Then the same at night with the qualities. And I forgot the morning what happened. And then this is all the qualities overlapped with the boxes. So then the next step was to see a cell and the levels of the qualities. So for instance, this cell has a high, at this stage, it has a high level of porosity because of its openness and of its structural network. And at that level, has a low level of porosity. And with transgression, it's the opposite, and deception is the opposite. This one is the same. It has a high level of porosity because it's composition, and they're a low level of porosity. And these cells are going to be placed in the boxes that we created. So whenever we want to increase porosity, we use these values. Whenever we want to decrease, we use that value. So this was just the first approach and trial. They didn't like it because they said that it's a pancake like tissue and a cake and a cloud that it's flying. So I gotta try it again. And this is the same view. The next one. It's like kind of an interior view.
Wow.